What pisses you off? What makes you tired?
Something that usually happens in the spiritual world is that everyone wants to be together and let's do something to change the world because the world is not good, and let's change the world and let's get together. But then when okay, I put everyone together, uh it's like putting cats and dogs, and 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 people that call themselves spirituals create the same conflicts and issues that, I don't know, governments have, or or so there you can tell that systems are not the problem. It's more the emotional trauma that every person has. So so that is very exhausting for me. Um, mm, yeah,
Yeah, I find this spiritual cloak gets pretty thin around like sex, money, anything that's like real that kind of like hits at the kind of more primal aspects of the human. Suddenly, like the beads and the long t-shirts and all that stuff, it's kind of like, oh, okay, right. You're just Bob.
yeah.
You're just a guy.
The thing is that the pineal, no, the hypophysis gland that you call it in English, the pituitary.
Hypothalamus, pituitary gland. Yep.
The pituitary gland is so connected to um, which the pituitary gland, the hypophysis, is the one that opens the crown chakra to the higher self, to all the divine. But at the same time, it's the same gland that controls the main needs of a human body. So sexuality, food, sleeping. Of course, sleeping is controlled by the pineal gland, but those two glands, the third eye, the vision of everything, and the gland that controls the expansion of the spirit, are the ones that regulate our food and sexuality. So when we start to connect to spirituality, suddenly our genitals get more activated. So all the traumas that we have in our balls, let's say, get triggered before anything else, uh, because it's chemically connected. So that's why when we start the path of spirituality, one of the main things that we have to face is that we are not going to the spirit leaving the body. We're actually going straight to the trauma of it. Um, and and that's terrifying for a lot of people that are going to the spiritual world. So I think that's why it's so exhausting, because instead of facing it, a lot of people just decorate it with spiritualism instead of talking about the trauma.
Spirituality can be like an escape hatch. You're like, this is getting too heavy. I'm gonna go to the heavens. I'm up here. Yeah, yeah. How do you, as a I don't know, a human, guide yourself safely into the contractions and the kind of shadows and the quote unquote traumas that you or one holds within themselves to be able to create resolution? What does that process look like?
Well, I allow myself to go deep into them. Like whenever I have a trauma, a conflict, I just allow myself to live it fully, um, to face it fully. Like if I go through depression, I want to go deep into that depression. I don't try to go out of it, or to try to show up that I'm fine. I usually, if I don't feel fine, if I don't feel well, I just you will notice. You will clearly notice, because I'm I usually speak about it, or yeah, I don't have a problem to on hiding those emotions or those traumas. I usually speak a lot about them, and that was one of the main things that people follow when I was doing the project of the I am in 2020, 2021, because every conversation that I published, or everything that I said, it went deep into my own personal shit. and and for me, it was therapy. It was not teaching. So people were following what I was doing, but for me, it was like constant therapy. So I think that one of the ways that I face it is, or that I transcend it, is by allowing it, instead of just trying to do something different to feel fine.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, you might also enjoy this episode over here, as well as this one over here. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.